Astrogator, I think I've gone far enough. There is a vast open area in front of me. The city is no longer visible. We need to decide what to do next. Dragonfly, over. Are you there?
Yes, please excuse me. I was in the infirmary. Is the coast clear?
Yep, all clear.
Good. Give me a moment. I'm looking at the satellite images.
Have you checked on Koval, by any chance?
Yes, among other things.
And? How is he?
He's stable.
But?
There are no buts, Doctor. You'll see him soon. All right, I've got it. Sector AZ-25... Let's say AZ-2504. Please check if it's fit to land.
Like I said, it looks good. Clear opening, flat terrain.
Excellent. Please go there while I prepare the lander. I'll just pack Artie inside.
So that's how it's gonna end. Half our crew is dead, and I'm running with my tail between my legs.
Not all missions are successful, Doctor. At this stage, we have to save whatever we can. We have to save you. You understand that, don't you?
I wasn't keen on this mission from the start. We were supposed to return a long time ago. And that's what I want. I want all of us to return home, dead or alive.
Please remember, we have just one lander left. As a commander, I must first ensure your safe return. Only then I'll send Artie with other tasks. What do you mean?
You know very well what I mean, sir. I'm not coming back.
Yasna, this is sheer madness. You're heading straight to the enemy base.
This is the only way I can find out what's going on here. What happened to our people? I have several hours of travel ahead of me.
You can still turn back.
No. And if you try to convince me otherwise, I'll just turn the radio off.
Fine. I'll stop insisting. Please just understand the position you put me in. As a commander, now I have to decide whether to risk detection by the Alliance.
I'll understand if you find it necessary to leave. I would do it if I were you.
Well, then you're lucky I'm me. Please don't turn off your radio. I'm not going anywhere. Approaching their coordinates. Yasna.
Yes?
I understand that no matter what I say, it won't change your mind. But please be careful. First, observe them from a distance, and only then take action.
In my opinion, all this secrecy misses a point. The people of the Alliance are my last hope for help. I need to make contact with them somehow, not hide from them.
I'm painfully aware of that, but you can be rash or wise about it. The more we learn about them, the more advantage it will give us in further negotiations.
Sorry, but what advantage are you talking about? We don't have the equipment, the people, or the faintest idea of what's going on. No, Astrogator, I'm at their mercy. Hey, what was that?
I've set up a warning signal. Now you're near enough that they can see the rover.
The base is in front of me.
Yasna, I'm not kidding. If you don't stop, I'll do it.
What the? How did you do that?
Yasna, I respected your decision not to come back. For while I disapprove of it as a commander, I agree with your conscience. But I won't allow you to kill yourself in foolish haste. Turn the rover's engine off remotely.
Some object is flying over their base. It's a field base. Multi-module. For about several dozen people. Rather well equipped. They have a second antimat. As if the first one wasn't enough.
Is it active?
Probably not, but Proton alone knows. There's lots of transporters here.
I'm not surprised. Missions with a large crew, transport modules were an integral part of the field camp.
Remind me, how many crew members were they supposed to send on the Invincible?
Over 100.
Great.
What about people? Can you see anyone?
Not yet. Maybe they're hiding in modules.
Most of them for sure, but I'd be surprised if they didn't assign anyone to guard duty.
I see someone. I've seen enough. Can I go on? The longer I put it off, the more nervous I get.
All right. I'll no longer stop you. We'll most likely lose contact soon. So let me be clear. Your situation is highly precarious. You cannot trust the Alliance or expect them to be willing to help. If things don't go our way, I'll do everything in my power to negotiate your safe return to the Commonwealth. Worst case scenario, we'll opt for a prisoner exchange. Until then, please cooperate with them. And during the interrogation, don't resist. Astrobiologists generally do not possess information that's sensitive to the Commonwealth. At worst, you'll give away the details of our last mission. Of course, it'd be better if that didn't happen. But I know their methods of interrogation, and in all fairness... So for your own good, don't play the hero.
Hero? I'll try not to, Astrogator.
What?
There's no one here. Nobody.
Impossible. Even if there aren't many of them in the camp, someone would have noticed you.
I'm not blind, sir. There's really no one here.
Don't get out yet. Could be some kind of trick.
Not a living soul.
Better for your safety if they make the first move. If you really don't see anyone. All right then. Enter the base. Just slowly, with your hands up.
I'm going. What have I got to lose anyway?
Your life, Doctor.
I'm going in. Clear. For now. I can't hear anyone either.
Status? What's new?
Well, nothing really. At least not in the last 5 seconds, sir.
Right. Thank you.
Moving on. It's still quiet. It's eerie. Empty. Everywhere, just empty.
Baffling. Who abandons an entire base?
I'm at the central module. In the headquarters.
You walked in, just like that.
Yeah? The doors were open.
Unbelievable. Just unbelievable.
I have a record of their mission. Each step, location, units, including dates.
I'm all ears.
They've got a device for intercepting alarm signals. There isn't much of it. Single record. The guy survived. Someone saved him. Interesting. Coordinates changed upwards, which indicates he was evacuated by air. The alarm signal broke off high above the ground. 18561.
754. Yes, it's Gorski.
You said he died during the night.
Correct. I did. I couldn't let you go back to those ruins.
Did you send the lander? When?
While you were still on your way to the base, Artie carried him on board, secured him. Gorski's in the infirmary now.
How could you, sir? I believe Gorski was dead. I blame myself for his death. And now you dare say you did it for my own good?
If I hadn't lied, you'd be willing to risk everything to save him. His chances were insanely small. I had to get you out first.
If Gorski had died because... There's one more floor.
Not so fast, Yasna. Please check the ground level first. Only then move on to the next one.
One more thing. I realize we still need to work together. So, I'll submit my reports as usual. But that doesn't mean everything's fine.
Understood, Doctor. I appreciate your professionalism.
Several units can be controlled from here. I wonder which... I got the feed. But I can't get it to move. It's got a weak signal. Must be too far away. One is a flying unit. Some sort of probe.
Flying over the base?
Correct.
Can you extract data from it?
Day 0, landing place. Their main ship's in sector AQ-28.
The Invincible? What? They didn't move it?
Seems so.
I'll try to track it down. Please tell me what else is in there.
I landed the probe. Gonna check it in a spare moment. I'm entering the next module. I guess it's a biolab. They had the opportunity to study organisms preserved in the ocean. First images from this area. If it's been flying long enough, it may store important information. It photographed the moment of my arrival. I'm on the slides.
We already know that. Is there something else?
No, the base is empty. The probe must have just started recording. Okay, finished. There wasn't much of it, really. They found the same species of fish.
Did they confirm the similarity to those on Earth?
Yes, lots of similarities. It started rotting.
It?
The fish.
In a bacteria-free environment? How so?
All living organisms serve as breeding grounds for bacteria. And there were both fish and humans in here. Apart from one. I've never seen anything like this. They discovered a new organ. Even managed to run some tests already. According to their conclusions...
Yes?
It detects electromagnetic waves. That's why those fish were swimming away from our probe.
In other words, they've come across probes or something similar before. Something that threatened them.
Could guess her. Still... nothing.
Yasna?
In order to develop such an organ, they must have had a strong external stimulus. They detect the waves to survive. No longer alive. The scientists excavated some animal remains and reconstructed their hypothetical appearance. I found similar remains underground, right after finding Gorski. I wasn't sure if it was my imagination or not. Now there's no doubt. So long ago, reptilian organisms roamed the surface of Regis III. I could spend all day here if I could.
I'm not surprised, Doctor.
It looks like a geology lab. They conducted a soil survey, 500 meters deep.
Oh, that's a big piece of history, so to speak. What did they find?
The range of their ground measurements covers a much wider area. To my eye, it seems they used advanced sonar. What they dug up here stretches for tens of kilometers.
What do you mean? What's in the ground, Doctor?
Metal deposits. Those structures. We still don't know where they came from. In such a peculiar form. Millions of years ago, life was abundant on the planet.
That would match our assumptions.
Yeah. Subdelta 92 class planets have very favorable conditions for the development of a biosphere.
So what happened? Did they draw any conclusions?
According to them, the extinction of life was caused by a supernova explosion.
The ground activity does not indicate...
It happened long ago. Longer than we anticipated. They've dated this event to 10 million years ago.
Only this one? The supposed end of Lyran's civilization?
Well, that's never been proven. There was practically no trace of them.
All right. What happened after?
Life was slowly recovering, but never returned to the pre-supernova peak.
Not enough time?
No. At first it developed quickly, but then slowed down and declined.
Because another disaster?
Astrogator, the change in the biosphere development curve coincides with the occurrence of ferruginous clays.
This whole metal contraption, do I understand correctly?
Yes. I don't know what that has to do with it, though. Metals are really not that dangerous. The radioactive deposits marked here are not a definitive obstacle for life either. The biosphere has the ability to perfectly adapt, develop defense mechanisms, and fight back effectively.
Well, unless the planet is hit by a supernova wave.
Yes. Such sudden events leave no time for adaptation. Even if we assume that these metals were lethal to organic life, that extinction shouldn't last forever. And yet, life never again developed beyond the waters.
Does this mean another Dominator has appeared on the land? Or one that leaves no trace behind?
Therein lies the rub. The Alliance have conducted a great deal of research. That they haven't found a logical explanation for this phenomenon is, to put it mildly, disturbing. Clearly, we're dealing with something beyond our comprehension. And I mean human comprehension in general. Unbelievable. Not only do we know nothing about their origin, but the arrangement of these deposits is sort of puzzling. A ring system with a distinct center. This base stands on the outer ring. The center of it is in... under the city. Huh. The one I escaped from.
Did they determine the entity's function? Origin? Anything?
Well, it's hard to say. There's nothing here about it. One of these diagrams shows a geological cross-section. As suspected, it's all metal below the surface, of relatively thin layers of rock. But compared to the rest of the continent, the deposits in this region are significantly younger. This mission drags on so much. Sometimes I think you're gonna take off without me, sir.
Don't count on it, Doctor. I'm not going anywhere.
My legs feel really heavy.
Give yourself a moment to rest, Doctor. You certainly deserve it.
One step at a time, Yasna. One step at a time. Time seems to be slipping through my fingers like sand. So much sand.
You're so tired, Yasna.
Because I am tired, astrogator. Damn. One's unavailable.
Probably out of reach, or they took it.
Whilst traversing this planet, I'm becoming more and more convinced that what I know is not the same as what exists. What can exist.
I must admit it's an interesting thought. And quite disturbing.
I have a feeling we're in the dark. We have to find a way.
Agreed. You should move on.
That's not quite what I meant. But yeah, I probably should. The silhouette I saw.
Yes?
It's just a robot. When you admire a beautiful view, an hour seems like a minute. But a minute on a hot stove will seem longer than an hour.
Does Regis III feel like a hot stove?
Sometimes. That the difference between past, present, and future is nothing but a persistent illusion.
That's a quote, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure why it came to mind. They conducted research and during excavations found, you won't guess, metal structures.
So we had no chance to outrun them.
Yeah. And they were already at an advanced stage of works when we were still in orbit. In the end, they sent a convoy to a neighboring sector.
So that was their last move?
Well, there's no information about their return. Maybe I'll find them there.
Highly probable. Do you know what the current day of their mission is?
They left on the 25th day. That's all I know. Well, I can't back out now. I have to follow them.
Well, it's your decision. Although I admit I'm also starting to wonder what you'll find.
People, Astrogator. They must be somewhere.
I'm sending a satellite. Soon I'll have an image of the area where the ship landed. We'll see if the Invincible's still there.
I'll continue to search their base. Before setting up this base, they were stationed not far from here, but seemed very determined to reach this area. They dug a vast system of tunnels.
When did they finally get here?
On the 15th day of the mission. Like us, they became interested in the ocean. They got there on the 7th day.
Quite late.
Guess they weren't in a hurry. On the 24th day, they sent a convoy north to the sector. Oh, to the sector where I found Gorski.
You suspect they went after him, having detected his signal?
Oh, surely they could detect him. They could have detected all of us. But would they really do something about it?
Well, for some reason they left their base. I'm assuming that has something to do with it.
Or if they had something to hide. That might explain their urgency. Ditching all that equipment. Force field's down. I opened the passage. We can follow the convoy route now.
When you're ready, Doctor. One more minute, and our satellite will be over their ship. Oh, we're lucky. Clouds are low. Fortunately, their ship's not here. Neither there, or...
Are you still looking?
Mm-hmm. Not here either. Ah! Bingo!
Yes?
Found it. They're still on the planet. Didn't fly away.
Good to know. Thank you. I'm leaving the base. Going after the convoy. Down you go, oh bright sun. Time to let the night in. For my legs are heavy. The field is not inviting. Legs become too heavy, hands become too weary. Down you go, oh bright sun. The night is not that scary. Hide behind the dark woods while we're running barefoot. Well, I've got to the place where they were digging. It's hard to miss. They set up a huge machine at the center. It must weigh thousands of tons. The ship that brought all of this must be...
Gigantic, yes. The Invincible surpasses any of our units, even the largest orbital stations. In my opinion, it's a bit excessive.
Well, for me, it's quite impressive.
That was exactly their goal, to impress. Such Giants aren't very practical, though. I would even say that the larger the ship, the bigger the problems.
Astrogator, I've already covered most of the convoy route. I'm entering a more enclosed area. A ravine, to be precise.
I see. Can I count on a tactical report?
Of course. A simple analysis of the situation won't hurt anyone.
That's for sure.
The road ahead leads straight to where the convoy was heading.
Well then, what are you waiting for? Any doubts?
No, I don't. I still think we have to go there. If they're not in the base, they must be somewhere, damn it.
So, what's on your mind?
I can just drive in there, straight to the convoy. Or try and take a side path, to remain unnoticed until the very last moment.
Bold assumption. Could be an unnecessary detour. I leave that to your judgment, though. It's your call, Yasna.
All right. I'll try to get there via the side path. The radiation level is rising rapidly.
Yasna, be careful. Of radiation. Of other people. Just watch yourself.
Considering the radioactive environment, I assume the probability of finding people... I found a way to the convoy. What might interest you, sir, is that it appears to be a mechanically drilled tunnel. Circular, precise.
I'm more curious about what's on the other end. Although curious might not be quite the right word. Yasna, are you alright?
Yes, I am. Oh, shit. They're close. At least one. There's not a soul. I don't see anyone. Oh, no. Astrogator. They're dead.
So you found someone.
After seeing their base, I had a feeling it might end like this. Still, I wonder, what were they looking for? Was it that they killed him? Just what the hell? Found the antimat. It looks damaged, but its log may still be intact.
Copy that. Proceed.
Oh, another hole. Great. I'm not sure if it's safe to go in there. Last time it turned out to be quite hazardous.
True. Maybe take a look around first.
Okay. I'm getting into the antimat's recorder. What do we have here? They were preparing for departure. The convoy's heading somewhere. They're getting close to where I am now. They're here. Sending a probe. Oh, they're tunneling their way through with a beam of antimatter. Looks like they found whatever they were looking for. Shame. Those containers ended up in one of the transporters. I wonder if it's still nearby. Something's going on. Next slide. People rushing out of the tunnel, running from... One of the antimats has fired straight into the tunnel.
And?
There's nothing else. Only... total panic. The second antimat, that's what destroyed it. It's firing directly at the crew. Shooting them. One by one. Someone hid behind a rock.
How do you know?
This antimat has thermal imagery. Hiding from it made no difference. One of them's raising his hands. He's surrendering. If only a machine could take pity on him.
With a proper programming, it could recognize such gestures, but it could never feel compassion. No.
It killed him. The mach... Oh, fuck.
Yasna?
The last photo is from a few moments ago. I'm on it.
Bloody hell, so it's not dead after all. The machine that massacred the Alliance is still operational, and it could target you at any moment.
Let's hope not.
Perhaps it's best to hope. While moving away. If that's all...
What about that tunnel?
Right.
So? I'll go check it out.
I know you will, Yasna. Proceed.
I can hear a rhythmic, metallic sound coming from beyond the tunnel.
Something's still active. Take your time, Yasna. Keep rushing.
I can't hear. I don't understand you, sir. The audio's breaking up.
Unexpected.
I'll get back to you once I reach the end. It's an Arctan. Coming at me. Huh. I got out. Well, inside a cave.
Yasna, can you hear me? Over.
Copy that. I don't feel too... My head feels like it's bursting from pressure.
Breathe, Yasna. You need to rest.
No. No. I'm better now.
All right, then. Can you tell me what's in there?
Seems like this robot started a task and then got stuck in the loop.
What task?
Carrying boxes. It took one but never left.
Why do you think it's stuck?
Well, it goes in circles, using the same path. This place is full of metal bushes.
Same as the ones before.
Well, the lower parts of the bushes are, how to put it, fruitless.
So the Alliance came to pick the fruits.
I think their crew took some soil samples. There's this chipped rock, revealing what lies beneath the surface.
Which is more metal?
Yes, a metal interior. Roots are exposed as well. They're not embedded in any rock, but in a tissue-like alloy.
Little bushes growing out of metal soil.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
So, all the bushes in this area, and there are plenty of them as I understand, appear to grow on the rock, but deep down their roots are embedded in metal. Perhaps you should take a closer look at them, Doctor.
I'm checking. Give me a sec.
Perfect.
Everything matches. There's metal all around. And the bushes have a direct connection with the whole system.
Interesting. Sounds similar.
To the structures I saw following Gorski. Yes. Huh. Or perhaps it's... looks like 2 generations. One, old, dead, a relic. Second, these bushes grew in the remains of the former generation.
Hang on. Are you saying that this new generation is alive? And the old one used to be alive?
We can't rule it out.
And you say that as a biologist? I haven't heard you mention cells, membranes, organs, or green bodies. Which leads me to one conclusion. That thing is not alive, Doctor.
Well, we're used to calling all life proteinaceous, especially ourselves. But that's on Earth. The universe doesn't give a damn about our classifications.
Yasna, are you abandoning your profession? What you have learned, discovered, researched so far?
I'm just opening up to the unknown. I'm pretty sure the box is filled with research material. Those fruits.
Could you retrieve them somehow?
It won't be easy to snatch a crate from its steel grip. I'll come closer first. Shit! I can't handle it anymore. anymore. The robot disappeared.
You must have broken its loop.
I didn't.
No, you must have done something. Never mind. We'll try to locate it. But first of all, get out of there now.
Ah, I found the robot. It hasn't gone far.
Good. Please follow it.
Oh, fuck. Fuck, it's getting up.
What? The robot?
No, no, the antimat.
You need to act fast. Move, Yasna. Fast!
No.
Yasna? Are you alive?
Yes. He destroyed the robot.
What's it doing now?
Oh, no. No, you're a fine astrogate. You always have been.
What are you saying, Doctor?
You've always been a great support for the entire crew.
No. Don't die on me now. I'm begging you. Don't give up. You can't. You can't. I failed you. Sorry. So fucking sorry. It's all my fault. You hear me? All mine. It was my decision. I decided to accept this mission.
How did I survive? Wait. You said you had a choice.
Yasna, you're alive.
If you could reject it, why didn't you?
After a series of successful missions, are you safe now?
Safe enough.
And the antimat?
He decided not to shoot me after all. Please continue, sir. I'm all ears.
You will agree that we were doing very well. Outstanding results.
That's how it ought to end. Well.
Yes, I fully agree, but then it seemed this could have been the crowning achievement of the entire expedition. Just imagine.
You could have at least asked us.
I did wrong. I know that now. I will never forgive myself for it. Neither do I expect you to.
Marit? She can no longer forgive you. Same goes for the others.
I'm fully aware. All of it weighs heavily on my mind. Believe me, Doctor. So, what do we do now? Will you finally let me send Hopper for you?
I can't just fly away. Now more than ever. I won't rest until I find out what happened to our people and what we can do to aid them. For now, you can forget about the research material. The only thing left of the Arctan is its feet. Huh. It's cooled down. I'm in the rover. Why even bother with security measures when they just leave keys in locks anyway? So, let's hear it.
Hello, base. This is Antka. Hello, Antka. Tesla here. I can hear you. Reporting. 25th day of the mission, 7:15 a.m. We arrived.
I saw it on the slides.
We encountered a terrain obstacle, but it has been removed.
You can skip ahead if you
We've
want.
established permanent access to the extraction site, separated the material for research. Now we're securing the first transport. Dr. Boza and Osterhaus have already begun their preliminary research here on site. Gotcha. I'm passing it on. Let us know if there are any updates. Of course. Over and out.
There's more.
Base, come in. Dr. Boza wants to talk with you. Tesla here. Over. We have a sort of discovery.
Oh? I'm listening.
25th day.
Base, this is Boza.
Doctor.
These tiny crystals contain highly advanced technology. Individually, they are slender and helpless. However, when in a group, they seem to stimulate and support each other, revealing new properties. At first, they started to emit an electromagnetic field.
Okay, and then?
A handful of small crystals gathered together. When in a larger group, they activated and... this is our biggest revelation so far. They started floating in the air.
Did I hear that right?
The larger the group, the easier, more freely.
Yes. Apparently it's flying.
Like a swarm of mechanical flies.
Slow down, Doctor. You say crystals, or rather flies. Which one is it?
Call it whatever you want. These creatures have a precise threefold symmetry, resembling the letter Y, with three-pointed arms connecting in a central bulge. Black as coal in direct light, shimmering with shades of blue and olive in reflected light. As my colleague Osterhaus mentioned, they somewhat resemble the abdomens of certain terrestrial insects. Is Markovnik there?
Navigator's unavailable right now.
Well, please let him know we'll submit our reports as soon as he's available. Oh, and have him send us another transporter, will you?
Autonomous robots the size of flies.
It's not finished. Let's keep listening.
Hello, convoy. Antka, come in. Are you there? Yes, I'm here. We're finishing loading. Preparing to depart. Don't!
Gets tense.
Leave the material behind and return to the base. But why? What happened? Scouts came back from this whole city. Tesla? What's going on? Hello? Tesla, come in.
Navigator speaking. Don't take anything. Just get out of there. Immediately. That's an order.
Last saved recording.
Amazing. Microbots grouping and flying together, similar to flies, capable of affecting other machines, even to the point that those affected become dangerous to humans.
The microbots, they must be dangerous as well. I don't know how, but not all people were killed by larger robots.
I think I figured it out, partially at least. The Alliance scientists were very clear that all of this had to do with an electromagnetic field, the field emitted by these flies. When people displayed disturbing symptoms, field measurements showed above average values. At first I thought it was a sensoric malfunction, after all the machines were broken. It turns out that field damaged them. So all the malfunctions occurred afterward.
Why didn't I think of it sooner? Prolonged exposure to strong electromagnetic fields can be harmful to the human brain. Usually it concerns long-term effects, months and years of unfavorable conditions.
Please elaborate, Doctor. What sort of effects?
Various brain dysfunctions. It may even lead to the arrest of vital organs.
So that's how... Barrett.
Most probably. Another known effect of the EM field is memory loss. The human organism continues to function normally, but the human being as such is helpless, vulnerable. Like a baby, they don't understand the world around them.
Can such a person learn the world anew?
It's unprecedented. All we can do now is believe that they will eventually snap out of it. And when they do, hope they won't be used as guinea pigs.
We both know this is going to be difficult.
Yes. And I don't even know if I'll survive this mission. Will I see them again? or they develop properly, even if it all works out, we will be strangers. They won't remember us. All that's left is hope. God damn it.
Perhaps researching those flies will help us to better aid our people. We're theorizing for now. Be worth examining. Confirm at least.
Got it, Astrogator. I'll search for those containers of flies. I've located one of the transporters, sir. Please don't celebrate yet, though. Something strange has happened to it.
Get to the point, please. What's wrong with it?
The outer shell is damaged. There are holes everywhere.
Like from bullets?
No. It looks like it's been corroded by strong acid. The door to the cargo bay has budged a little, but it won't open fully. It's too awkward to squeeze in. The whole vehicle is just stuffed with bushes.
But can you see past them?
Not quite yet. Now! I can see broken containers. No sign of the flies.
Just plenty of bushes.
You have some theories, sir?
Everything that comes to my mind seems absurd.
You go ahead, sir. As I see it, no idea is too absurd right now.
I haven't quite thought it through. Not yet. Maybe after I listen to your assessment.
Well, look, I think it might work like this. The bushes and flies have a symbiotic relationship. I even consider that the flies are part of the bushes. Just like the fruits. If the flies can fly, they behave more like insects, and the bushes like plants.
I see we're getting back to biological analogies. According to your profession, do I correctly conclude that you are confident that this can be a life form?
Given the age of the oldest forms and the evidence of continued activity, differentiation, a particular drive towards miniaturization, improvement, and lethal effectiveness, I dare say that we are dealing with an evolution here. Far longer than that of human. Also very different. And dead.
Necroevolution. Mortuus evolutionis. I still don't understand where this change is coming from.
What if I said that the flies and bushes are the same thing, but in different forms? When they need to move, they develop moving parts, the flies. When they need to multiply, expand their volume, they settle on the metal substrate, form bushes, absorb raw material. And they are again ready to transform and relocate to a new source. And so on and so forth.
And I can tell you it's the most sophisticated form of being I've ever heard of, with all the skepticism that comes with it.
Not yet. I have to look around here first. The second transporter is under a force field. It's hovering above the ground.
So it is operational. Probably also in better shape than the other one.
It certainly looks better.
The cargo may be intact then.
There are powerful emitters in the center. Similar to those on energobots.
Emitters only? Do they look like they're buried in the ground?
Yeah.
Then you're looking at the top of the energobot. Well, look carefully. Energobots can bury themselves in such a way that only the emitters protrude from the surface.
The force field melted adjacent rocks.
They had to run the generator on full power. They were defending themselves after all.
From the swarm of flies, I presume.
We don't know how large it was. They didn't capitulate. That's a good sign.
Well, I don't know that. So far, I can only confirm that the field has not dissipated. Yet. I know how to get inside. Under this field.
Will you dig a tunnel?
I won't have to. There's already an entrance. I just need to get to it.